Hi, Moose. Hey, big guy. You gonna help me check on the roses? You great boy. Yeah, and then Wally's here. And in true Wally fashion, he would like to go inside. But today I thought we'd check on our heirloom roses. It's been a little bit. And getting close to the end of January, we've had a kind of a longer warm spell, if you will. It's not really warm, it's just normal weather for us, but mid 80s, low 80s. And then tomorrow we're going to be getting a cooler front starting up for the next like week to 10 days or so. So I was like, let's check on the roses and see how they're doing. These are the heirloom roses that we got back in December. I planted immediately. So I thought I'd show you guys because there's been some phenomenal growth on them. This one that we're looking at here is the Joseph's Coat Climber, and it is in an earth box like the others. I have the spigot for the automatic watering system put in, but I haven't installed it yet because there's nothing else over here on the line. But I thought I'd show you guys how much great growth it has. There are some little dead little canes, it looks like, and can probably do with some trimming in here. So just pull that out really quick while we're here. But there's a little bit of a dead cane piece here, but there is still some new growth up here. All of this is really great growth. It's growing however it wants to grow. I haven't fussed with it or anything. I haven't trimmed anything because this is my first climber. So this is what it did when it got put in. It's growing how it wants, and I'm okay with that because I'm hoping to get a nice trellis or something here soon that I can start leaning it towards, because I think we're getting close to the point where maybe some of these back canes can start growing up, because for those of you who haven't seen, I'm hoping to have it grow along this fence here for now. So Joseph's Coat is still doing good. Has a few dead little parts, but overall really good. Wally's over here guarding our Dark Desire / supervising Moose. Hey Wally, you want us to check this one next? Okay, so this one's our Dark Desire, and I had put some alyssum in when it got planted like I did with the other ones, and of course some milkweed, and this alyssum was just like, I'm taking over. And now this system is on the automatic watering system along all of this row, so it's getting constant water whenever it wants it. If you guys aren't familiar, the earth box are awesome. What I've noticed a lot about this one is the foliage is coming in beautifully. Nice and dark, healthy leaves in here. Very, very healthy, and then tons of new growth at the top. And I'm hoping that this here might be my first bud or two on here. I also have one over here. Camera's, there you go, it's focusing. So it could either be new growth or blooms, but I'm really hoping that they are blooms, because that would be awesome. If I could have blooms in like a month, 2 months, that would be great. And for context, this plant has been in since December, mid-December, and it's about, let's say, like this tall is the highest. And then right next to it, not an heirloom roses plant, but nevertheless, this is my Double Delight. It's a few years old, and it's already about half of the height of that. I mean, all in just new growth. So very exciting. I also noticed this one, the growth has naturally left a nice opening in the middle, so I'm not super worried about pruning it or having to trim it back at all for airflow, but I'm keeping an eye on it for sure. But really excited. Kind of get the feeling that those might be blooms, so fingers crossed. And then the Portlandia, which I'm most excited about because I'm the most unsure. Like this was the impulse buy. It also had got some aloe, some alyssum, and I believe there's some milkweed back there. It looks like somebody had been munching on it. This one was an impulse buy, but everybody was like, it's a very vigorous grower, and that it is. It is the tallest of the three from heirloom roses that I got. And here's the spelling if you needed the Portlandia. I am so shocked by how big it is already. And not that it's a comparison because they're on different rootstocks and stuff, but this is an heirloom rose. It got put into its container in December, mid-December. Okay. For context and comparison, these two are on Fortuna or so Fortuna, I don't know how to say it, the rootstock for that a lot of the roses from Florida, especially Nelson's roses, uses. This one is already taller than these two, which were put in months before this one. Thanks, Moose. Just kidding. Full of dirt. So I know they said this is a vigorous grower, so I'm going to keep my eye on it and see if we need to put some trellis support, which I think we do. We need to put some trellis support in here to start supporting it potentially. I don't know if it's going to be more trellis or shrub on its own, but I have reason to believe this is going to be a formidable plant. So that's why I kind of put it down here, because these tomatoes have been taking a long time. Excuse me, Snow Angel. What are you doing? Puppy life. So we'll see. I also had considered switching it out with this one down here, which is not from Heirloom Roses, but this is my Granada rose, and it's gonna get cut down pretty close to Valentine's Day, because that's when I prune. But this one didn't grow super bushy this year, so I was like, well, if this Portlandia is getting bushy, maybe we'll swap these. I read that the Heirloom Roses ones are very thorny, and I've been looking on here, and there's definitely thorns. I don't know if you guys can see any of them. There's definitely thorns here, but I don't know that I consider them to be more than normal. There's definitely more canes, which by extension I guess means more thorns. I'm a little worried because I have some bugs that have been on these blooms, and I just kind of keep pulling them off. And but these, I mean, I am very confident, fairly whatever, feeling comfortable enough saying that there are five blooms potentially on this one already in about a month of it being in the ground, so that's super exciting. We'll see how that plays out. If you guys want to see more of my rose blooms, whether they're my heirloom roses or, you know, this beautiful Mr. Lincoln that's going to be coming in soon, or, oh my gosh, this gorgeous red intuition that's been blooming since, this is the same flower that's been up since like the beginning of the month, like probably the second week of January. It's that first week it started opening, and it's just been amazing. I post lots of pictures of the roses blooming on my Instagram, linked at the bottom, but just same as the channel name at Gardening with Alessandra. And if you guys don't really care about the progress, but you just want to see them blooming, by all means follow me over there, because that's where I post a lot of the pictures along with other flowers and whatnot when they bloom. While we're here, look at all these alyssum seeds that I clearly got too excited about and just whoop. So that's gonna look great when it grows in. And I need to put more milkweed seeds in these. So my heirloom roses, I need to put the onions in, or at least the chives, the little green onions, because I swear that helps keeps the bugs away. And then more milkweed, because they're just demolishing it. So feeling good about the progress of these, especially for 1 month. Moose has not shown any interest in them, so that's good. So they lived a little bit longer, while I never cared about the roses short of smelling them. So far, very pleased with the roses. As you guys know, if you watched the earlier videos, this is my first time buying roses online, and I mean, they look great. They all seem very healthy. I don't know if I just got really lucky or what, but they're doing really good. I have space for 2 more, potentially. I have this bin and another bin, and that's going to be the only additions I have for this year, roses wise. I'm only going to add a few more because this is a lot of new roses, especially for somebody with such a small backyard, and I don't really know. Like, I've never had, well, I've never had the climbing rose like Joseph's coat, and I haven't had one that had the same level of known growth, to my knowledge, as this Portlandia over here. So I'm really curious to see how this grows in height-wise, and I feel like I'm gonna have to be moving it around just to keep it comfy. So we'll see how he does, but I'm really excited. You know, if that's my biggest problem, is my roses are too big. That's a good problem to have, right? Okay, guys, well, I'm off for now. Thank you so much for watching, and more updates soon.